Good morning, beautiful souls. So here I am on my morning walk again this morning. I'm a little bit later again this morning because I had a few things to do first. But I thought I would jump on as I'm out here doing my walk. And last night we went to a sound healing session. Some beautiful friends of ours who run an amazing space. And they do this wonderful sound healing with, so much love and joy. These beautiful sounds from the didgeridoo, the guitar, the flute, just the angelic voice of my friend. She has the most amazing sounds that come, and they just bring you into this space of almost being between the realms. You know, you're just in space almost. Just, I don't mean outer space, but I mean just in the space between the worlds. It's just, it's unbelievably magical and was beautiful. And to feel the drum and the harmonica and the flute, like the normal flute, but also the wooden flute. It's, I'm still feeling the energy from it all. So as I was walking this morning, my thought that dropped in for me to talk into today was, what are you listening to and what are you hearing? Because it sort of got me onto another part about that where, you know, we talk about what do we fuel ourselves with, you know, whether that be food, water, you know, what we're reading, what we're seeing. But it's also about what are we hearing? So what are we hearing as well? So what are we listening to? So what do we hear in music? What kind of music do we listen to? Is it something that lights you up, or is it something that, because music is so powerful, it can really create the energy within yourself. So you can feel this incredible energy of being motivated. Let's say you're at the gym and you're listening to some sort of dance music. It makes you want to go faster, right? So it makes you want to move on the treadmill a bit faster, and then if you're doing a dance, and if you're wanting to express your dance in a body movement, it'll get you moving. Or if you just want to have some calming music and just really slowly move your body. So music can move our body in so many different ways. Music can make us angry as well. So if we're listening to some real heavy kind of, whether it's heavy metal kind of music, and maybe that's your style, which is fine, but think about what energy comes up for you in that space. Is it calming or is it aggressive? You know, if it's wanting to punch something or just really rah, rah, rah. So again, listening to, what are we listening to? And then what are we hearing? So when I talk about what are we hearing, it's like, what are we hearing from things that people say to us? Are we hearing the exact truth? Or is it that somebody says something to us and then we bring it in, we distort it, we get triggered by it, and then that's what we hear? You know, because perception comes into play when we're hearing things and listening. And how you express something, so how you put it out there, could be one way, but how it's received is another way. So really being able to take it in, listen and hear it, and then really feel into that, and feel into whether that feels like something that is a negative or is it a positive. And again, it comes back to, you know, my NLP training of the neurolinguistics, because everything we see, feel and hear comes into our body gets shuffled around and then gets distorted and filed and shuffled, triggered. And it's like all the things that are in your body, whether, you've got trauma, whether you've got triggering, whether you're not feeling good in that moment. So everything that you're going to hear and sort of like, it's almost like just gets poured into you, gets pushed around, and then there's an outcome. So your outcome will be all decided on what's in your body. So how you're feeling, how you get triggered, how your traumas are, if you've worked on your traumas, if they're still sitting there, if there's still underlying stuff. And it's so amazing. It just gets me so excited to think about this, that, when you have this awareness, so then you can really understand that what is it that you're listening to, and what are you hearing when people speak to you? What are you really hearing? Are you really hearing what the person's telling you? Or are you hearing your own thoughts? Are you hearing your own stories in your head? Are you hearing the excuses, right? And like there's so much expansion in this, even just in this topic. And it can set us up for being reactive or just being calm. And I've been talking about this quite a lot with friends and people lately, and it's so expansive on where it can go. But when you can really become aware of it, it can give us such an understanding that we can start becoming conscious about the things we listen to and about the things that we're hearing, right? Because we are accountable for ourselves. We're accountable for all the things we listen to. We're accountable of what we hear and then what we do with that, right? And this week I've really talked a lot about accountability. And I think it's just because we live in such a reactive world that people are really, missing the point of being accountable, missing the point of really being able to hear, feel, think, and speak into those spaces. And I think a lot of this stuff is coming up because, I'm running the Warrior Woman in a couple of weeks on February the 9th. And the Warrior Woman is all about accountability. It's in the 5 pillars: the self-love, the boundaries, expectations, the value, and abundance. And all of those areas in our life, we need to take the accountability for. So there's a lot of stuff coming up for me right now, a lot of stuff I'm hearing, a lot of stuff I'm listening to, which all talks about accountability. And there's this real shift this year for people to be able to have and create the lives that they desire. There's this energetical shift, in the astro world. It's a number 9 this year, which apparently is all about new beginnings. It's about letting go of old thoughts, old patterns. But to do that, we really need to take accountability for ourselves. So we really need to understand that if it's going to be, it's up to me. It's up to us. It's up to us to do what needs to be done. So really, again, coming back to what are we listening to and what are we hearing? And what are we hearing inside our own heads? What's the stories that we're listening to and the stories that we're hearing inside of our heads? So if you really want to get down into the depth of all of this, it's quite a journey. Then I would encourage you all to take a look at my workshop seminar happening on February the 9th for Warrior to Warrior Woman. It's where we're going to dive really deep you're going to be receiving what your outcomes in this for you if you decide to play at 100%, if you decide to really lean in to this workshop and seminar, what you're going to receive is a huge amount of clarity of what you've been listening to and what you've been hearing and where you're giving away your power. You're going to get an awareness of the areas in your life that you need to step up and be accountable in. And when you do, what you're going to be able to achieve in doing this. Because right now, you might be listening and hearing things that are keeping you stuck. And they're keeping you stuck in a space that you're not happy in, a space that you're not excelling in or expanding in your energetic field. And they'll keep you stuck in a space that you don't desire, whether that be your life, your work, your career, your fitness, all of those areas. It's all part of one. It's all a whole, right? So having an understanding, having clarity, having an awareness, and having an action plan for you to be able to move forward and then choose the life, the parts of your life that you want to change, design, and align, and start to create a flow within that space. Those are the things that you are going to receive from doing the Warrior Woman. If you decide to come in and be accountable and play at 100%, those are the things that you'll be taking away. And how good does that sound? Or how does that sound to you right now? Does it sound good? It might sound a little challenging. And that's okay. Because are you a 1%er? Are you the 1% of people, or women I should say? Are you the 1% of women who are ready to take that challenge? Are you ready to take that challenge this year? Are you ready to take that challenge and step forward? Again, what are you listening to and what are you hearing right now? And maybe this post is triggering you. And if it is, that's okay. Because maybe it's triggering you to get out of a comfort zone. Maybe it's triggering you to come into a space of trust and surrender, that doing something outside of your comfort zone is going to enable you to be able to create the life that you desire. So if this is something that is interesting you, it's spiked your interest, you're hearing and you're listening to something that is aligning for you, then let's chat. You can PM me, send me a message, go to my Facebook page or just on this link here, send me a message, let's talk. Let's see how the Warrior to Warrior Woman can help you to step in to the life and start changing and designing the life that you have always desired. What an amazing day today. Look at that, beautiful. So I look forward to hearing from those of you who are ready to take this challenge. And remember these 3 things. You are loved. You are beautiful. And you are worth it. That's right. Listen and hear those words. You are worth it. You are worth every ounce of your investment to yourself. Because if not now, then when? When? Because the sand in the hourglass will not wait for you. What are you listening to? What are you hearing? I'm sending you so much love and light today. Happy Friday. Mwah. and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Oh, and by the way, if you are wanting to listen to some of my past morning walk and talks, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, but if you want to listen to all of the library, you can go to YouTube for Connecting Souls Wellness, and you'll find all of my morning walk and talks for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and every day I'm dropping in the one from today. So every day there's a new one in there pretty much. So if you want to go back and have a listen, you can listen to all of them in there. And please subscribe, help me to expand to my broadcast. That enables me to provide even more beautiful energies and content for you all. Mwah!